This is a really historic moment. The UK-India free trade deal will go into force on the 15th of July this year. That's less than a year after it was signed in the presence of our two prime ministers at Chequers last summer. It's the fastest we've ever put a trade deal into force, and that's important because we just see the importance of this relationship. This is a real opportunity for both of our countries to see the economic benefit from this kind of trade deal at a complicated time in the world. So we want to get it into force as soon as possible. There are textile sectors, footwear, I can think of whisky, I can think of cars, so many sectors that are going to benefit. And in fact, businesses are saying to me that they're chomping at the bit, really wanting the deal to go into force so they can get the benefit from day one.
High Commissioner, beyond trade volumes and beyond the trade relationship, how does this agreement fit into the broader strategic partnership between the two countries, especially at a time of global economic uncertainty and supply chains resilience?
This is a key part of our Vision 2035 strategic partnership between the UK and India. Getting the best economic growth for both of our countries, and it's an amazing deal. I mean, this will be, I think, almost £5 billion worth of benefit in GDP terms to both economies in the long run, £25 billion in terms of trade. It's huge. So we see it as critical to the wider relationship, but it's also unlocked a wider and more confident partnership. We can see potential benefits in defence. I had Rolls-Royce here this week, for example, talking to government. We see the benefits in education. We've got 9 British universities who are, again, queuing up to start to educate young Indians in India, having had fantastic Indian students in the UK. So we're seeing the benefit across a whole range of sectors, including, of course, technology and science. We had the AI conference earlier this year here in Delhi, where we saw a brilliant range of businesses wanting to partner. So it's changed the political confidence in the relationship. You saw the warmth at the G7. Our two prime ministers there, slapping each other in the back, really excited about the potential of the deal that they personally have driven across the line.
Yeah. Ma'am, there has been much discussion about mobility and movement of professionals under the FTA. What practical changes can Indian businesses and skilled workers expect from July 15 onwards?
So there's a specific quota for some very specific professions, yoga instructors, musicians, for example, improvement on the wider business mobility, and of course the double contribution convention will mean that businesses sending their employees to work in the other jurisdiction don't have to pay national insurance twice.
Ma'am, one of the key sticking points in the deal was the UK's steel safeguard measures. Can you explain how those concerns were resolved and whether Indian exporters can now be fully confident of UK market?
Steel, of course, is an important issue for both of our countries. So, of course, we discussed it with India, as we do with many key partners. What's fantastic now is that the trade deal has gone into force, or goes into force more accurately, on the 15th of July, and both sides will really be able to get the full benefit of that.
High Commissioner, India is doing various other trade deals. We know about the EU, which is called the mother of all deals. We are also dealing with the United States. How does Britain view its FTA with India in this wider competitive landscape?
So we're really excited to be part of India's wider opening in trade terms to the world, but we're also really excited to be in there at the head of the queue. We see a huge advantage to businesses wanting to come and set up in the UK, not just in London, but more widely, and vice versa. We have British businesses incredibly keen to come and do business here in India. So we see this moment, the celebration of a fantastic deal for both sides, as a moment to really understand and implement the benefits that both sides are getting. It's a great chance, of course, this time of year, you know, that many people are in London watching the cricket, the football, enjoying the benefits of a summer in London. I know so many people whose kids are being educated there too. We don't need to persuade, I think, Indian businessmen of the benefits of being based in the UK, but I think this is a chance to widen that. I think there are lots of small businesses we'd like to see thinking about what they can get from this deal as well. Lots of states, perhaps. I've talked to many chief ministers about what this looks like for them. So this is a chance to broaden the UK's appeal beyond the people who already know what that partnership looks like.
Excellency, British universities are also expanding their campuses in India. We know about the one in Bangalore and the upcoming in Mumbai. How do you think that education is one of the strongest pillars of the bilateral relationship between the two countries?
For me, education is about the future. It's about educating a generation of young people who are deeply connected to both countries, who feel equally at home in both countries. who understand both countries' business environments really well, and who are the future entrepreneurs, the future CEOs, who are going to be able to take those small innovative startups and turn them into global businesses at scale, whether those are Indian startups going to the UK, UK startups coming to India to scale. We see it in both directions. It's also a chance for our higher education sector to really expand the offer it has beyond the fantastic partnership we've already had into an amazing new market, but in a way that actually creates places in higher education that create students who are ready for the jobs of the future in the exciting India of the future. So for me, it's all about 20 years' time when I look back and think we were really proud to have been part of that massive expansion and what that's produced.
Ma'am, both the leaders also reviewed the progress under Vision 2035. What areas do you believe will define the next decade of India-UK relationship, defense, trade, technology, or education?
It's a long list. I think it starts with growth. I'm really excited to see the tangible benefit that this trade deal will have for both of our economies. The jobs it will create, the businesses it will scale. It's massive. And it's going into force on the 15th of July. I think that's the starting point. But then beyond that, as I said, defence and security, the relationship is really deepening. And education, the relationship is really scaling. But on tech and innovation, I think that's where some of the superpower excitement comes from. So lots of opportunities. And of course, we're both working together to tackle the shared challenge of climate change as well, which matters for both of our economies too.
High Commissioner, just last question on the West Asia crisis. We have seen a diplomatic breakthrough between Iran and USA. There is a diplomatic breakthrough. We have seen that the prices of oil are impacting and the Strait of Hormuz is being reopened. What is UK's position on the crisis?
You've seen what our Prime Minister has said. He's welcomed the deal. We're now keen to make sure it actually comes into force and that both of our economies here in India and the UK are able to be confident that transit's possible through the Straits of Hormuz predictably and safely. So it's about making sure it actually happens in practice.
Thank you, Excellency. Thank you for your time, ma'am.
Thank you so much, and thank you for doing the interview.